The next MC I'm going to introduce, we met when she was 17. And in first-year university at the University of Winnipeg Global College, specializing in human rights. Unquestionably one of the brightest students I've ever had. And yesterday, we had to switch how we refer to her because as of yesterday, it's Dr. Katrina Leclerc. Her timing was great because now all the MCs are PhDs. Katrina, without further ado.
Thank you so much. Merci beaucoup, Madame la Sénatrice. Folks, it's really a pleasure to be back in this place. As Senator McPhedran has said, I began my journey about gender equality, admittedly before 17 years old, but I didn't understand the infrastructure that we have to navigate when it comes to gender equality. And before I talk a little bit more about this idea of antidotes, which I know is a theme that we have this evening, I want to pay homage to some of the women senators that are in this room. Les sénatrices qui sont ici avec nous, qui sont les alliés de l'égalité du genre, qui cherchent dans ces halles de pouvoir à nous apporter des opportunités à pouvoir aussi demander l'égalité. And so I'm thanking you, senators, members of parliament, former members of parliament, for the hard work that you are doing in these halls of power, which are not designed for those of us that look like most of us in this room. Now, my work over the years has transitioned in many ways, and this new iteration of my life is under the Women, Peace and Security and Youth, Peace and Security pillars of the United Nations Security Council infrastructure. That's actually the theme of my PhD, and actually asking young women particularly what meaningful participation means to them. Because unfortunately, through observation, lived reality, and documentation, we see that young people, just as we see women, are often not asked how they want to define their own terms of inclusion. And so that was the whole purpose of what the last 6 years of my academic inquiry looked at. And I have to tell you, we don't all agree with each other. Women and youth, and young women particularly, are not a monolithic group, but nonetheless, there are different characteristics, conditions that are demanded and are necessary to ensure meaningful inclusion. And the most important that resonates with me is the relationships that we develop, the partnerships. And so I'm grateful to be invited to share this space with my own femtour, celebrating others and her femtours tonight. But I'm also grateful for the relationships that we build and maintain with communities who are doing the important work. I've worked in now 36 different countries, including this one. And across all of these different contexts, it is so important and is said time and time again that relationships is what drives passion. Relationships is what drives the need for advocacy and the continuation and sustainability of the work that is so hard to do on the ground, but that is necessary for the concept of lived rights to become a reality. And so I'll leave you with that, and I'll pass it over back to my favorite senator. I'm sorry, I'm biased, Senator McPhedran.